Verona and Highland Springs battle for state supremacy on the hardwood as the basketball playoffs hit the home stretch. Welcome to SportsWire. I'm Will Catterley. The Verona Blue Devils, fresh off their first regional title in school history, set their eyes on a much bigger prize. A chance to play for the state championship. But in their path was a very good Hampton Crabbers squad who had met the Blue Devils just 1 year ago in what was a 1-point win for Verona. Both battle-tested, both looking to survive and advance. This one would come down to the game's final play. So here we go at Glen Allen. That's a home site for Verona. They're the 1 seed versus the 2. The Hampton Crabbers coming to visit Amir Devone, their star player. Well, Hampton, the Crabbers were out running off and early. Jaquez Yao for 2. Early lead. Crabbers. Tyrese Jenkins had answers. That's a big boy move down low. Verona with the answer. Still first quarter. Crabbers trying to get it going. Verona's defense has other ideas in transition. It was a heck of a first half for Kennard Richardson. He lays it up and in. Richardson and Verona with the lead. Crabbers come back though. Hampton. They find their big man down low. Number 32 of the points. It's Hunter Mitchell. More Crabbers. God, love the black and red jerseys. Up 11-7 over Verona after the first quarter. Second quarter, great ball movement here by Verona. Everybody getting involved. That's how the score sheet would look, too, by the time this thing's over. I said Kennard Richardson had a big first half. That's 2 points. You want more Richardson? You got him. This time, Richardson all the way to the rack. Landed up in Richardson. 9 total points in this first half. They also had help from this guy. Corner. Money ball, side pocket is good. Jason Nelson. Verona would hit a couple big threes. It would be Nelson again. One corner, yeah. This one, yeah, count it. He is on fire. Nelson had 8 points at the half. Verona 24-19. So we go to the third quarter. Third quarter, great spacing by the offense of the Blue Devils. Doing a lot right. This guy was key to the game. Anthony Williams, you'll hear his name later. He hit the 3-ball. More Verona in the third. More ball movement in the third. More Kennard Richardson in the third. Richardson would finish with 15 points on the night. And then, told you you'd hear his name again, Anthony Williams, money ball, good. Verona starting to run away with this one. Inside, big boy moves. No, but no, an even bigger move. Slamma-jamma over the back goes Tyrese Jenkins. Verona in cruise control. Up and in layup. Yeah, Anthony Williams. Verona can smell the semifinals, up 13 after 3, but the Hampton Crabbers weren't going away. Check out the defense. Block on one end by Zion Chapman, and then offense on the other. Amir Devone. 24 is his jersey number. He had 24 for the game. More Hampton. Off the rebound. Crabbers love to run side to side. Crabs do, and on sand and on the hardwood, they're pretty fast. Hampton on the comeback trail. That was Yao again for 2. Then they bring the pressure defense, the press, working wonders. Zion Chapman for 2. They're well within single digits now. The answer on the other end in transition, Williams, key. 16 total points in this one. Verona would need all of them. But Hampton not done. The kick out, wide open 3, nothing but nylon for Evan Hawkins. Then Hampton to the rack. What a move in. They count the bucket and the foul. A free throw would get the Crabbers within 2, 55-53. Only 22 seconds to play. Later at the free throw line, Yao ties things up at 55 with 18 seconds to go. Who do you give the ball to if you're Verona? That's easy. Tyrese Jenkins. Big man move. 8 seconds to go. Timeout on the floor. Hampton down 2. But they've got too much time, right? They're going to get off a good shot, right? Will they get the play they want? Right? The 3-ball. No! Anthony Williams, the big time block. And Tyrese Jenkins and Williams and Richardson and Nelson and Verona, the locker room going nuts. 57-55, they win it.
I was scared. I thought they was going to hit the 3, but I was with it, so we got to win. I just took a chance at it, and so having that I blocked it. So we luckily won.
So the Blue Devils advance to the state semifinals in dramatic fashion. Their opponent, Highland Springs, who upended Salem to reach the semifinals. Speaking of the Springers, the ladies team has been so good here in the 804 for years. And this young version of the black and gold were back at it, looking for a state playoff victory of their own against Norview. Also played at Glen Allen High School, Highland Springs and Jalen Gathers taking on the Norview Pilots, who had trouble navigating to Glen Allen. They're a little bit late. This game started almost an hour behind schedule. Gathers started out hot. She connects on the 3-ball there. Gathers got that one to go as well. Jalen Gathers had 10 points in the first half. More Highland Springs. You know they like to spread the rock around and the love. They get the 2 and the deuce to go there. Iana Rogers, the one putting that one in the net. And then typical Springer defense, McBride all the way to the rack. No. Rogers, yes. Iana Rogers, those were 4 of her first half points. And we all know about Jada Walker. Oh my goodness gracious. The freshman is sensational. She's got 3 more years to perfect her craft, and it already looks pretty darn good, especially heading to the basket. Norview not quite going away, but that was their only field goal in the first quarter. You just saw it right there. Meanwhile, Highland Springs filling up the bucket. And number 2 getting it done as well. 16-6 after the first quarter. Sydney Boone. 11 total points in the first half. And the Springers were just getting started. Already up 10. Haven't we seen this before? Is that a replay of the first quarter? Yeah, it kind of is. Jada Walker, sensational Walker. 5 points in that first half. She also had quite a bit of assists. Norview trying to keep within arm's length. Talia Edmonds. She is tall, uses her height to advantage, scores 2. Norview went with a 3-2 zone. I'm sorry, a 2-3 zone. It was not working. As you see, all the outside shots were just falling. Here's another one. Sydney Boom! Connecting again. All Springers in this one. Norview trying to get something going before the end of the half. They do right there. The 3-ball is up and in to keep them in the game. It would be paramount as Asia Deal connects. She had 6 in the first half. That is a great move to the rack. Counted and 1 for Asia Deal. So Norview not going away, but they're staying in that 2-3 zone and they're getting crushed. Gathers 3 more. 36-19 at the half. This game's over, right? Well, not quite, although still in the 2-3 zone. Hard to rebound out of the zone, too. That's another con against it. Jada Walker scores. If you can rebound out of it and the opponent can't hit outside shots, great defense. But that wouldn't happen for Norview. They did get their offense going, though. They were shooting poorly in the first half. Second half was a different story. Number 15 came to play. Asia Deal. She deals the 3-ball, then cuts to the basket for 2. Deal. 20 points on the night. Guess what, folks? 44-31. Not out of the realm of possibilities for a Pilot comeback. Just down 13. Here come the Pilots. Baseline J. Yeah, count it. Taylor Arthur gets that one to go. And then Gathers. Big 2 for Jalen Gathers, who would finish tonight with 16 total points. But Norview going on a bit of a run here. We talked about Deal. She was dealing. 20 points, 4 steals. Big thing for Deal, though, she would foul out late in the game. Springers ice it at the free throw line, 52-45. So all 3 remaining county teams get to the state semifinals. How would they fare in the next round? Highlights are coming up, plus a historic signing at Glen Allen. I'll explain straight ahead.
Don't always have time to watch SportsWire on your TV? No problem. Episodes are available anytime on the web at watchsportswire.com. And it works just as well on your phone. Watch SportsWire anytime, anywhere at watchsportswire.com.
We have Lauren Oliver here today to sign for Meredith College. She is the first female lacrosse player to be signing here for Glen Allen High School, and I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
And you heard it, Lauren Oliver, congratulations as Glen Allen having a signing day for her. She signs with Meredith College in the Glen Allen Jaguar Library. Head coach had nothing but great things to say for Lauren, who already has a plan for her future college.
I'm able to have a great education there. I get to do a degree as mathematics and civil engineering with Meredith and NC State for 5 years. And then I'm also, in the 5 years, I'll also be a lacrosse player.
How many times do you have to beat a team to finally take them out? Well, for Verona, they had already beaten Highland Springs 4 times this season. But if they wanted to make it to the state title game, they'd have to do it for a 5th time. And this Springer team has only gotten better and better and better. Plus, while recent history was not on the side of Highland Springs, past history was. The Springers have 3 straight titles to Verona's zilch. And the only difference between winning and losing this contest was just a little bit better execution down the stretch.
Well, no love lost between these two, right? Tyrese Jenkins coming off a big game and a huge game-winning shot. And Verona taking on Nathaniel Pollard in Highland Springs of Verona. Teachers and staff in the stands, they were loving this one, especially early. Steal, score, man of the hour, Anthony Williams for 2. Highland Springs, though, I said it was a seesaw affair. It was back and forth all game long, looking big. Tyler Oliver had himself a night. There was nothing wrong with Oliver's game in this one. Tyrese Jenkins, absolutely nothing wrong with his game either. He connects for 2. He can also hit the long ball. Jenkins, nothing but nylon. Verona on a run. Timeout, Springers. Blue Devils with the advantage. Trying to add to it, Highland Springs. Great job defense in the passing lane. And then slamma-jamma. Pollard puts it down for 2. He was huge in this one. All the stars were shining. Jenkins says, right back at you, I got a 3-ball in my pocket. You cannot defend it with a hand in his face, but then look, back comes Pollard for 2. I'm just hanging on. Jenkins, they called a hero shot. 20-20 after 1 quarter play. Called a hero shot when you hang on the player to get a reaction, and then you see his face change to, uh-oh, I better defend, because Pollard comes at him. Jenkins. And then Williams for 3. You saw there, great ball movement. Tyrese Jenkins from the corner, got it. 18 points, that's 18 in the first half for Verona. It's Jenkins, and we're just in the first quarter still. Jordan Crump, he had himself a night as well. He had 9 points in the first half. Pollard looking outside. Malik Grant, and granted it is good. The 3-ball makes it 41-37, Verona at the half. 4-point game, it's anyone's game. Third quarter, more from beyond the arc. Springers are sizzling. And once again, it's Jordan Crump. 15 points on the night altogether. Where there's a Crump and a Pollard, there's a Jenkins, however. He goes down in for 2. Jenkins, 9 of 14 from the field in this one. Jenkins, spin move, he hit the X button. That's good for 2. 9 of 14, 28 points, 6 boards, and Verona in command up 10 after 3. Not for very long. The gritty Springers refuse to quit. Jordan Crump for 3. Here they come again. Spin move, I got the X button too. Says Mr. Tyler Oliver. He had 14 points on the night. Pollard, who left with a knee injury, comes back in the game. Another bucket. Guess what? Verona has not scored yet in the fourth quarter. And it's a 57-56 Springer lead with only 4:23 to go. Finally, with under 4 minutes to play in the game, Verona gets their first field goal of the quarter. Jordan Hernandez. It gets some more from the free throw line, which would help. Huge. And then the rebound late. Put an exclamation point on it. Donkey Hernandez. Verona, for the first time in school history, they're going to the state championship game as they beat Highland Springs for the 5th time, 69-61.
We're battle tested. I think our schedule helped us a lot. So we've seen a lot of basketball at a high level. We've been in a lot of these situations a lot, especially through the tournament. I think we've made it a living giving up a lead and they're trying to fight our way out of it. And I think they just responded again tonight with some defensive stop and some free throws.
Meanwhile, in the earlier game, Highland Springs ladies taking on the Beasts of the East. Princess Anne won 3 straight state titles. Looking for another one. They are just unbelievable. Springers come to play, though, in the first quarter. You get the bucket to go. Jada Walker, always impressive. Cannot wait to see the rest of her career unfold. And then some defense. McBride getting in the lane saying, they get a jump ball. Possession, Springers. More Highland Springs. They were ready in this one. Yana Rogers for 2. But here's something about Princess Anne. They're fast. They space the ball well on offense. And they're big, and they can hit threes. That's good from outside. Here's another shot. That is off the back iron, and everything going their way. Jasha Clinton for 3, and they can get out and run. Did I mention that? That's a beautiful-looking floater from Brianna Farabee, and she had 7 in the first half, but it was well diversified on the spreadsheet, on the score sheet. Back come the Springers. One senior, AZ Baycott. You saw her make a huge move down low. More Baycott. Great career at Highland Springs. Willing the Springers to stay in this one. And hey, they're in it. 17-12 the score after 1 quarter of play. Second quarter. More Princess Anne. They start to light things up. Zaria Wiggins for 3. Leave the game with an ankle injury later, but it did not affect the defense of Princess Anne on the run. Farabee connecting for 2 again. Springers did a good job getting in passing lanes and making life a little bit more difficult for Princess Anne as 2 goes in for Sydney Boone, but then watch how quickly they get back in transition. I can't even finish my thought. Princess Anne's already scored. 39-27 at the half. Still within striking distance, but not for long. There's a quiet first half for Michaela Dickens turned into a very busy second half. She gets 2 down low, and then the rest of the group gets going. There's not one girl you can key on this team. Jessica Clinton. The Cavaliers were dominant in the second half. Second stanza, number 21 getting it done there. That's good. Brianna Jackson, and then more from Farabee. She scores 2, count the bucket and the foul. Springers. Tough getting through this trap. Nicely done. Jada Walker came to play. She had a lot of points late in the ball game, but it was just too much Cavaliers as the aforementioned number 40 with the miss. Michaela Dickens, but number 21 puts it back up and in. Brianna Jackson. Princess Anne wins it 79-48.
Still a terrific season for the Lady Springers. They have a young roster and should be even better next year. That's a scary thought for other teams across the area. Well, we stick with Highland Springs and take in a little reading time as Adams Elementary welcomes some visitors for Dr. Seuss's birthday. Plus, it's not hard to do, only takes about 15 minutes, and most importantly, might save a life. How one Henrico quarterback did just that. Straight ahead.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this.
Is that Bran?
Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
Welcome back to SportsWire. Life is full of routine. We get up, we shower, we shave, we work, we go to school, rinse, recycle, repeat. But one very routine opportunity for Henrico quarterback Theo Chambers had results that were, by the very definition, life-changing and life-saving.
Maybe you've seen their truck, or perhaps they've been at your school. Virginia Blood Services on location looking for donations.
people are going through therapies, surgeries, traumas, all of these things require blood. We have to have a donor base in our local area so that we can meet all of those community needs.
Just another normal day for Henrico quarterback Theo Chambers when VBS came to his school.
They came to us during lunchtime. They asked people who wanted to donate blood and things like that. So, and I decided to do it. But I just did it because I thought it would have been a good cause for someone who might need it.
Chambers' focus turned back to football, where the Warriors were very good, only losing 2 games, the top seeds Highland Springs and Hermitage, as the Warriors made the postseason.
Warriors pass is complete. Touchdown, Warriors!
Henrico had reason to celebrate after their first playoff win since 1999, a victory over Lee Davis. But days later, things would change.
My dad came upstairs to me and he was like, the Virginia Blood Bank just called. They said that I got a rare blood type and they need my blood.
In our database of around 15,000 people, there were 2 people that matched this patient, and one of them was this young man.
Chambers' blood type is extremely rare, type O negative, making him a universal donor. Only 4% of African Americans have this blood type.
So normally, if you need blood in your O-pos, we give you O-positive blood. But if you've received blood in the past and you've made antibodies to that blood, then we have to find blood that matches your blood type to a lot more proteins. In this particular case, this patient had made multiple antibodies and needed a very specific blood type.
And they needed me to come in that weekend. But that same week, we had a playoff game versus Highland Springs. Now, if we would have had won that game, we would have had Saturday morning practice, and I wouldn't have been able to go and donate blood that day.
Pollard carries the ball 4 yards into the end zone. Touchdown, Springers!
The Springers beat Henrico, ending the Warriors' dreams of a state title. But Theo would seize on a different opportunity, the chance to save a person's life.
I just see that as like there's a lot of bigger things to life than just winning, even just winning a playoff game that you've been working for basically your whole high school career. It's someone's life. You have life, they have life. We all should have the chance to live.
These people are the best of the best in our community, and to see someone that young who's willing to sacrifice and really, rise up to help somebody else it's truly one of the best parts of my job.
Due to patient confidentiality, we were not able to meet the patient who Chambers saved, but we do know that the results were a success. Theo plans to keep donating in the future. If you would like to donate, remember to get a good night's sleep the night before, have a good breakfast, and drink plenty of water before donating. Who knows? Your blood may save someone's life. Well, across the county, several area schools celebrated Dr. Seuss Day. It's a day of crazy Cat in the Hat hats, things 1 and 2, and of course an opportunity for local student athletes to spend some quality time at the elementary level.
I will not eat them on the train, not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be.
Several members from the Highland Springs football team took time out of their day to visit Adams Elementary on Dr. Seuss Day to read to the students and offer some words of advice.
It's like on a test, anything. You gotta prepare for it, like studying for a test.
You especially gotta do stuff when nobody's watching. You also when nobody's around, get your push-up reps in and stuff like that. When nobody's around, knock them sit-ups out. Nobody's around, study for that test you gotta do.
And of course, they answered some very important questions.
Do you play basketball?
Football.
No. I used to play t-ball.
That's what's up.
Do you have a home by yourself or you live with somebody?
Nah, I still live with my parents.
And Highland Springs coach Lauren Johnson, well, he's still coaching.
I'll see y'all in the next couple years if y'all in Highland Springs. And when I do, I hope you're the same standard. Everybody got it? All right, listen, what we doing first?
Go home and work.
No, what we doing first? What work? We're going to do the dainty drag, and then we're going to do what?
The
Princess Penelope.
Y'all like that book?
Yeah.
This is my favorite book.
It's mine.
Growing up.
And Coach Johnson told me that he very well might put into his playbook a play called the Dainty Dragon next season. So be warned, whoever has Highland Springs on their schedule. Remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address at sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us. And you can always follow us on Twitter. Next show, the state basketball finals. It's Verona versus Wakefield. Until then, I can't wait to see ya next time on SportsWire.